Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins. Jason Carr Live starts now.
Good morning to you. Welcome to Thursday, live from the Local 4 newsroom. This is the 9:15-ish, also known as Jason Carr Live. Glad to have you with us, Jacob and John. Good morning, gents.
Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good.
So my morning has been, thus far, the 6 a.m. show on the TV, then rushing out to the burbs to the dentist, whee, and then back down here. I just walked back in the door.
What'd they have to do?
A follow-up to the surgery that I had, so we'll be getting to that in just a minute. First, it is Groundhog Day, as if you didn't know by this point. There's all sorts of furry rodents running around trying to prognosticate the weather, cutting in on Punxsutawney Phil's action.
Yeah, I guess we have one in Howell.
We do.
Yeah.
According to a German legend, if a furry rodent casts a shadow on February 2nd, winter continues. If not, spring comes early. What happened this morning?
This morning
we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Saw his shadow, so we have 6 more weeks, and we have some video from there. So.
Gobbler's Knob.
Phil!
Isn't that what this is called? Gobbler's Knob?
Is it? Okay.
Phil,
You didn't see Groundhog Day?
It's been a while.
Hang on, guys, hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, Punxsutawney Phil.
There it is, Gobbler's Knob. I've got one of these next to my house.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture?
I saw
sent
the
you?
picture. Now, I guess after they did this whole thing, you can actually get your picture taken with Phil. And now that's become like a bucket list item. I got to get a picture with this groundhog.
You can come over to my house.
I can get a
and-
picture with
and
your
just,
groundhog?
and
Phil
just
in a
lay next
stump?
to the hole, and we'll just wait, and maybe your face won't get ripped off by a wild animal when he
Don't
comes
look
out.
good, guys.
He seems pretty tame.
Ned Ryerson? Phil Connors?
Watch that
I
first
sure as
step.
heck fire remember you.
Come on,
What?
come on.
Watch that first step. It's a doozy.
It's a doozy. Bing! Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, honestly, one of the best movies ever made.
I mean, you can come into that movie at any one part
Yeah, and just keep watching.
and just keep watching. You've already seen it so many times, you know
And
exactly
there's
what's
so
going
many
on.
theories as to what is really happening. I was just reading one this morning that Ned Ryerson is actually the devil trying to get him to sign over his soul and buy the
Interesting.
premium life insurance. And then by the end of the film, right before he actually stops repeating the day, he does buy the whole big package of life insurance from him. Spoiler alert. Well, if you haven't seen
Did
it
you
by
say
now,
spoiler alert?
I
If you
mean,
haven't seen Groundhog Day by
yeah.
now, I've got no sympathy for you. It's 23 years old already. Okay, so speaking of Groundhog Day, there we see Bill Murray in all of his unctuous charm as Phil Connors, TV weatherman, who is absolutely done covering these types of events. He's so cynical, so over it.
Yeah, and he doesn't see the storm coming. He thinks that it's gonna blow over, and it ends up trapping them all in the town.
Just as a purely an artifact of TV news coverage and gathering, it is pretty hilarious that he's got a field producer to go along with his cameraman.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think there's even a battery on the camera. There are liberties taken with what we do for a living, as they always do in the movies. They never get it quite right, the process. It's always a lot more glamorous or a lot more technologically easy than it actually is in real life. Speaking of the groundhog hole next to my house.
Yeah, so there it is. Now,
It's not a mysterious hole. I've actually seen with my own eyes the groundhog and or woodchuck.
You have seen the groundhog.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not
This woodchuck has been there since we moved in almost a decade ago. Now that's a new residence.
Okay.
He started out we have a big hedge in our backyard, and he started out over there, and then he built a summer home in the hill behind our house, and in the process killed one of my trees. And then, if that wasn't enough, he decided, okay, I'm moving on up. He's getting closer
right
and closer
next to
to
the
the house, and now is up against the
Gonna
foundation.
tunnel in through the fountain. Yeah.
The amount of dirt, it's at least a yard of dirt that this rodent has displaced next to my house.
So, what's his name?
Don't have a name for it.
We don't
That's
have a
the bowl
name
of bacon on my Facebook page. If you want to help us out, obviously we're not going to evict him until the spring. So 6 more weeks and then out of there. But for 6 weeks, we need a name for, somebody said bacon.
That's a great name for a groundhog.
Bacon the groundhog. Bacon the woodchuck. How much could a woodchuck chuck?
Enough wood.
Enough wood. All right, let's get along to this tooth infection story. This is really sad. We're talking about the fact that I've had some dental misadventures over the weekend, and that had me out of work for a couple 3 days. A tooth infection recently killed a 26-year-old long-haul trucker from California. On a haul earlier in January, he pulled over in Oklahoma to see a dentist. He had pain. The dentist gave him antibiotics. By the time he made it to the hospital after getting home, the infection had already spread to his bloodstream and lungs. He later died. This can happen.
Yeah, this is a very serious thing because it can spread to your jaw, to your head, to the neck, and can get into the bloodstream, especially because you have so many major veins and arteries near your mouth.
So this is what I had. I had an abscess, and if an abscess goes untreated, it just keeps getting bigger and worse and worse and worse, and can actually do something this insidious, this tragic. And in this case, this guy, wife, 2 kids. It's really sad. So if you have anything that's remotely like this, or you think, oh man, that doesn't feel right, or this is odd, or I think I might have an abscess, or whatever. In my case, it just came on like a freight train. Apparently, it had been going on for some time, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, now it's going to happen. So you have a shot of a tooth magnified to the atomic level.
Yeah, take a look at this. This is really cool. Wow. So that's what a tooth looks like, I guess, when you get real close up.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you see the shadow on the garage door?
That was really cool. Really cool.
Can you fill us in on this?
I mean, you sent this to me this morning, and I stared at it for a couple of minutes and just didn't see it.
You didn't see it? I saw it right away.
No, at first, but once you do, it's quite incredible.
Who do you think it looks like? Because I think it looks like Clint Eastwood as the man with no name from his '60s spaghetti westerns.
All right. Now you know what I saw?
What'd you see?
I saw the cover of Michael Bolton's Greatest Hits.
You saw that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just kind of. I mean, it's the shadow. I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, I know there's.
How
an
could you
album
possibly?
I think it's just because he saw the shadow and he thought of it.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually kind of now.
And someone in the Edgar is saying that it looks like Jim Morrison.
Okay, I can see that.
I actually see it now. It took me.
That's a better comparative than Michael Bolton.
Well, it's just yeah, I know.
It was a good it was a good name until that no talent clown started winning Grammys.
Go by Mike.
Well, no, why should I have to go by Mike? He's the one that. What is it? What does he say? He's the one that.
Yeah.
Anyway, another incredible photo.
Uh-oh. What's happening back there?
Never a dull moment in the Local 4 newsroom. Another Photoshop battle brought to you by the users of Reddit.
This was the original photograph, and here's what they did with it. We got a lot of ballet shots. Here's some ice skating. This one's a pair of Air Jordans. Got some from so great stuff. Great stuff from Reddit. Thank you.
Something tells me they're not watching us.
No, no. Now here's something I forgot to play a moment ago, but let's take a listen to this.
Then put your little hand in mine. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain. Then put your
We'll put your little hand in mine.
there ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb.
Is that what happens when you get up in the morning?
Yes, I usually destroy an alarm clock every day.
The Royal Mail's David Bowie special stamps are now available for pre-order. The 10 stamps, 6 featuring his iconic album covers and 4 with concert images, will be available on March 14th. The only other groups that the Royal Mail has honored with such an issue, the Beatles and Pink Floyd.
Really?
Yep.
That's right? Wow.
So, yeah.
All right, well,
And some very exclusive company.
I'm not much of a stamp collector, but yeah, these are kind of neat. Okay.
Okay, let's get along to Bloody Mary.
Yes.
Apparently it's a thing in Wisconsin to just get ridiculous with Bloody Marys. I didn't know this, did you?
I mean, I'm not a huge Bloody Mary fan. They look delicious. I wish I enjoyed them, but I actually, every time I do, it's just, but yeah, some of these ones, I mean, this one has a whole chicken in it.
That is a 3-pound fried chicken. A man from Wisconsin, Brian Bartles, is coming out with a new book detailing the history of the Bloody Mary. The drink was first attributed to New York comedian Georgie Jessel in the 1920s, who claimed to have combined vodka, tomato juice, and Worcestershire sauce as a hangover cure. Or there was a French-born bartender who added lemon, cayenne, and black pepper to tomato juice cocktail. We can thank both pioneers for introducing us to the most savory way to get looped on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, yeah. And the big thing now are these restaurants that have the Bloody Mary bar. So you go there and you set up your own thing and pick what you want in there. I mean, these are incredible. You got shrimp. I see chicken. I see hamburgers. There was one with pizza. That's a whole meal. That's 2 meals.
Bartles, the author of the book forthcoming, that's a whole pizza right there,
Yeah.
says there's dozens of ways to make one, but it always must have tomato juice, vodka, lemon, black pepper, and tobacco after that. Tobacco?
Tabasco.
Not tobacco.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. That'd be one more way to make a Bloody Mary. After that, you can get creative. In terms of what didn't work, Scotch just doesn't work with the other ingredients. So you wouldn't make a Bloody Mary with Scotch. You can make a Bloody Caesar with tequila. What would you say? Silvaplana? Lake Silvaplana in Switzerland has breathtaking views year-round, but in the winter there's another delightful experience to be had: crystal clear ice to walk on. I'm telling you, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah, a little bit. And you can hear the cracks, but it's thick enough, I guess, that it's safe.
Yeah.
I don't see any fish.
Yeah, where are the fish? Suspended animation elsewhere?
Probably staying away from the fall.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that noise it makes as it cracks.
Have you ever been on a lake and heard the boom, boom,
No,
boom?
no,
No?
no, I guess not.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Really freaky. Guess what's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
Spring training.
Yeah.
Only may not seem like that close, but baseball is almost here. Clubhouse staff began loading up the team's moving truck yesterday before taking off to the spring home in where? Lakeland, Florida.
Lakeland, Florida.
Tigers preseason will officially begin on February 14th when the Tigers pitchers and catchers report. Opening day at the Copa, also known as Comerica Park, April 7th. Tigers hosting the Red Sox.
Okay.
So don't forget, go to my Facebook page at Jason Carr TV and respond to the bowl of bacon. What should we name the groundhog that we will be evicting in 6 short weeks?
6 short weeks. It's coming up.
Yeah,
Now, you know what we should take a look at?
not Eagle Cam.
Yeah, no, the Eagle Cam. We got to take a look at that.
Hey, there's an
check in
egg.
on 'em. Well, the egg's still been there. I wonder what happens if it calcifies or if it spoils. What happens to that egg? But hey, it's looking big. We probably got another month or 2 before we start having any attempts at flight. but it's amazing how the color of that thing changes. It was a bright white when he first hatched, but now he's got a lot of black feathers there now.
Big.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 All right, that's going to do it for today. We'll see you on the TV at the top of the hour with Chuck, Tati, and me. It's Live in the D right here on Local 4.
Stay classy, Detroit. Jason Carr Live was sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Lance.